So I just wanted to quickly introduce myself. My name is Shilpa Shukla, and I'm a certified nutritionist working at Prolicious as a content strategist. And here at Prolicious, our mission is to put health and taste in the same bite, and that's why we are making products which are 20% guaranteed protein, which is recommended by NIN guidelines for better metabolic health. And we definitely use ingredients which are staple to our diet, native to our diet, and it is definitely from whole foods and kitchen staples, like the ingredients, the ingredients you love. And that's the thing, that's our main thing to go on. So today, there's a very special topic which we want to discuss. See, on the observance of National Nutrition Month, we are going to tackle one of the most, chronic disease, obesity. So obesity is not just a buzzword nowadays. It is actually declared as a chronic disease by World Health Organization. And there are so many reasons to it. There are so many factors to it. And to unpack this important critical disease which we are facing now, we have with us Shilpa Joshi ma'am. So she is the founder of Mumbai Diet and Health Center. She happens to be National Vice President, IDA. She's a registered dietitian and diabetes educator, and she was also ex-secretary of All India Association for Advancing Research in Obesity. And that's why I think, ma'am, you are the best person to guide us through this obesity and how we can tackle this for the betterment of us, our family, friends, patients, clients, and everybody. So thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us. And over to you completely for guiding us how we can do it better.
Thank you, Shalja. Can you stop sharing from your ends? Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you. Can you see this screen? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Screen
Yes,
is visible?
Yes,
yes, yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, good afternoon, everybody. And सबको पोषण माह की शुभकामनाएं. I know it's not just a happy nutrition month, but it's more than that. I think as dietitians, it's our role and responsibility to spread awareness about nutrition in this month and everything that is related to nutrition, more specifically metabolic disease. So today we are going to speak about obesity, because obesity is theme of the Natural Nutrition Month, whose first day happens to be today. So obesity is beyond calories. One has to understand the risk, and one has to look at diet-centered management. Ultimately, diets are very, very important. So obesity is a growing epidemic. It is been declared by WHO in 2023. Prevalence has tripled since 1975 worldwide. So I'm much older than you, all of you probably here, but I still do not remember many kids being overweight when I was in school. That gradually started shifting when my younger brother went to school, then my children went to school, and now I see my nieces and nephews going to school. The prevalence has changed. We see many more children who are battling obesity. And of course, they also then battle obesity all their life. A lot of people tend to gain weight once they start doing, if I would say it's so, financially well. So they have jobs which are cushy, etc. They start gaining weight. And there are many reasons why it's happening. So it's multifactorial. There can be biological reasons, like I said, hormonal imbalances, genetic predisposition. There can be lifestyle factors. Like I said, when people start earning well, they start becoming prosperous, as they are called as, and then typically weight comes around their belly. Environmental and psychological factors. Okay, so causes of obesity. One of them is genetic and epigenetic, and we know such beautiful, elegant work done by Dr. Yagnik in Pune, who has shown that there is a genetic predisposition to excess fat in case of Asian Indians, and we know about it. Besides that, we know there are FTO gene variants, which are again very, very important in predisposition to obesity. Then nutrition. Now, most of us in our college have learned that high caloric intake with low energy expenditure, leading to imbalance of energy, being one of the reasons why obesity happens. Sedentary lifestyle, and nowadays, everything is sedentary. Even sports are sedentary in the sense that people are not playing sports on the ground. They are playing it on their iPads. So though they are playing a sport, they are still sedentary. So long desk hour jobs, playing sports not on ground but on computers. And environmental factors like urbanization, easy access to food. Nowadays, food is at fingertips. See, when about 50, 60 years ago, one had to cook food from scratch if they wanted to eat. About 30, 40 years ago, there was packaged food available, but one had to go out and buy those packets. Now, today, the time has come when you don't even have to move from your chair. You just call. You don't even have to call. You are just going to book it on an app, and it will come to your house. And the only thing that you have done in all this is moved your thumb. High stress level and sleep disturbances. And now there is a lot of elegant data to show that very high, continuously high stress levels, which we are seeing in most of the adults, especially, and even adolescents, because they are going to college, they are studying for IIT, they are studying for medicine, they are studying for all kinds of entrance exams, and they have high stress level and therefore also sleep disturbances. Now, to this august audience, I don't need to tell you what are the health complications, but we know that health complications are many. Metabolic, we know type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance, fatty liver, cardiovascular, hypertension, dyslipidemia, coronary artery disease, and a lot of cancers are also linked to presence of obesity. Now, psychological and behavioral factors. So, stress and recurrently high cortisol levels could promote visceral fat deposition. Okay. Also, a lot of times in stress, to get relief from stress, a lot of people revert to food as a stress buster, and that also promotes visceral fat gain. Sleep deprivation decreases leptin levels, increases ghrelin levels, which leads to excessive hunger. And because you are awake, and then you want to eat at odd times at night when there is no home cooked meal available, you resort to eating sort of junk food, and that actually leads to weight gain. Then emotional eating and food addiction, like I said, a lot of times people eat to feel good, and that actually leads to weight gain. And there is a lot of stigma again associated with obesity, and we find that individuals who are battling obesity also are battling depression, anxiety, and a lot of times also disordered eating. Then there is, what is the management? The management is, if you gold standard, if you look at it, you're going to look at consulting a dietitian. Well, a bad standard would be just following a fat diet, just seeing कि आजकल latest क्या चल रहा है, and then following that. Either the gold standard would be to get a structured exercise plan, consult a physiotherapist, a sports medicine specialist, somebody who understands all this, or then just start walking or do some sort of exercises which But the problem in that is exercising is not a problem. But when it is unstructured, lot of times it can lead to aches and pains. And then there will be extended period of time when you are not exercising. Then there is a whole lot of obesity drugs which are there in market. We know there are a lot of drugs which have come in, tirzepatide, semaglutide. These are prescribed by doctors. And then there are weight loss supplements which are available in the open market, which are not regulated as much. And then there is bariatric surgery. Again, it has been there for a very long time, 25 years at least, that I am seeing it. And then, which we see leads to a good weight loss. But then, of course, a diet has to be planned with it. And then shortcut methods would be liposuction or spot reduction.
Ma'am, I think you're on mute. We missed this whole slide.
Can't hear you.
Shilpa, please unmute the button.
Now Can you hear me?
Yes, yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I don't know how I went mute though. Just give me one sec. Could you hear this slide?
No, ma'am. The moment you changed it, you
Okay.
just got it.
So the 4 pillars of obesity management are nutrition, that is balanced diet, physical activity, lifestyle changes, and medical management. So always balanced diet and never a fat diet where you are lopsidedly eating nutrients. Exercise, though does not cause weight loss, helps in weight loss management. And it also improves physical fitness and cardiovascular fitness. So extremely important. It's also very important for skeletal health, bone health. Sleep and stress management, although unspoken, is very, very important. If you're going to be sitting up whole night not sleeping, the chances that you're going to eat in that time are way higher. Okay, and a lot of people use food as a de-stressor. Medications for complications like diabetes, like thyroid, like dyslipidemia, and also for obesity itself. Now we come to what is the role of protein in insulin resistance management, how proteins help. So they improve satiety, they enhance lean muscle mass only when with exercise. Just eating protein and not exercising, sitting pretty on your chair is going to do nothing. So please, when you take in protein, see to it that you are exercising, and this exercising and increase lean muscle mass. So taking in protein to increase lean muscle mass will improve glucose uptake, because muscle is the organ that actually takes up a lot of glucose. Therefore, improving glycemic control will also reduce insulin resistance. Fiber, how fiber helps? It slows glucose absorption. We know it reduces post-meal blood sugar spike. So if there is one nutrient which without a doubt has stood test of time in weight management and blood glucose management and in metabolic management, I think is fiber. Every other nutrient has for and against data. Fiber is one nutrient which has stood the test of time, and it has stood there strong, showing that there is no doubt that fiber helps in metabolic management and weight management. It improves gut microbiota. It produces short chain fatty acids on fermentation that actually help in enhancing insulin sensitivity. We all know it increases satiety and fullness. Therefore, it helps you to reduce caloric intake, and it lowers cholesterol, okay, and therefore reduces cardiovascular disease risk. So what is the role of diet in long-term management? Balanced diet is cornerstone of good health. We are indeed what we eat, and we are indeed what we choose to eat. The proteins will give you satiety, and it will help you to preserve lean muscle mass. Fiber will give you satiety, will give you excellent gut health, and therefore a very good glycemic control. Fat, one should choose monounsaturated fat as cooking fats, polyunsaturated fats as invisible fats, and of course, completely avoid trans fat. And in carbs, we all know we choose low glycemic index food, especially whole grains, because they are high in fiber and therefore low on glycemia. Psychological interventions that we are looking at is sleep hygiene. Look at getting good 7 to 9 hours sleep every night. Even if you can't reach 7 hours, but 6 hours of extremely good quality sleep. Look at sleep hygiene very particularly. Stress management, look at yoga, look at pranayams, look at CBT, look at mindfulness as therapy. And physical activity should never be missed. It is about 150 to 300 minutes per week, and resistance training, especially for women, also for men, but especially for women who are born with a lower muscle mass as compared to men. So do more resistance training, become stronger, so that you will not face challenges when you hit menopause, or challenges like osteoporosis or type 2 diabetes or hypertension, so on and so forth. Sorry. So what are the key takeaways? Key takeaways are obesity is a chronic multifactorial disease. It's not one thing, it is many things which are put together. There are no quick fixes to manage anything. So there are no shortcuts in life. We know that. Whatever you want to achieve, you have to go by the standard way. There are no quick fixes. There is nothing which is short term or sustain. We have to look at something which is sustainable. And remember, diets which we should advise to our clients should also be sustainable. Diet quality, lifestyle, and psychology are frontline warriors for your obesity management. And healthcare professionals' role to the client, besides just planning a diet or just giving a medication or just writing an exercise prescription, is to educate and motivate along with offering personalized care. Thank you so much for patient hearing, and I'm going to pass it on to Shailja now.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was indeed very insightful. So personally, I just wanted to, ma'am, ask you one question. So as you rightly mentioned that we are going to, the protein and fiber is something which will help our patients and our clients to manage obesity and another, metabolic conditions. But apart from that, I wanted to know that, as a country in India, we often fail to, manage protein and fiber intake because जैसे आप बोलते हो, I've heard it from you a lot that हम सब as a country we eat sabzi like a chutney and take dal वगैरह just because we want to take it ऊपर से थोड़ा बहुत. So how do we deal with such instances? What is the first thing which we can do?
So 2-3 things. First is educate your client about protein, because more often than not, they don't know where it is coming from. So talk to them about protein. So education is the first step for everything. So we also know about protein because we went to college and we studied nutrition. We just don't know because we, on its own. So understanding where protein is coming from, vegetarian sources, the sources which they eat, also make them aware about fiber and tell them to choose it whenever they sit to eat. So my thing with all my patients is, when you sit to eat, it doesn't matter what you are eating, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, whatever. The first question you should ask yourself is, am I hungry? If the answer is yes, only then eat. And after that, after you choose to eat, because you are hungry, the first question you ask is, where is the protein? If you cannot find it, do not eat till you find it. So whatever is available at that instance, it may not be the protein that you would want, but whatever you can get at that instance, first eat protein, then eat fiber, and then you eat what you want to eat. Because by the time you reach to what you want to eat, you're really not hungry. You are full.
Absolutely, ma'am. That makes a lot of sense. I think as a dietitian also, and as somebody who wants to, treat patients or who wants to help patients, that makes a lot of sense. And because in my personal practice also, I have seen that there are two types of audience. So one set of audience, they are aware that they need protein, they are aware that they need fiber. One set of patients are, they know, but they don't know how to fix it. And that's why, as a company, we decided to come up with something very unique. So we have launched very recently, a natural protein and fiber enhancer, which is known as UpIt, just to up your protein. So it is made of just 2 ingredients. So nobody, gets confused कि ये protein में क्या है and ये मुझे suit होगा नहीं होगा, because it is something which is made of, just 2 simple ingredients, whole moon flour and low fat peanut flour, which is, taken by all of us. And just 3 scoops contains 20 grams of protein and 8 grams of fiber. So I think this is something which people who don't know how to, increase their protein and fiber can definitely opt for. And apart from that, what makes it unique is it contains all 9 essential amino acids, being a, plant-based protein enhancer. It is completely gluten-free. It has no preservatives, no additives. Protein is pre-cooked and pre-digested, so digestion is also not the issue here, as other protein powders can give you. So 15 gram is one serving size, and it gives you protein, as much protein as an egg, and twice the protein of paneer and dal. And one thing which I personally love about up it is that you can seamlessly add it to your favorite meals and yet enjoy your favorite meals. So you can add it to chapati, chas, soup, aloo tikki, dal, bhajia, uttappam, and whatnot. So that's why I like our enhancer. And apart from that, if somebody is wanting to have something more, they don't want to go for an answer, but they are looking for healthy snacks, as ma'am also mentioned that snacking is something which we should be taking very cautiously. So we also have high protein, high fiber, and whole food based snack range, and every snack of us will give you at least 20% protein of your daily requirement. So you can definitely opt for those if you are somebody who are liking to have protein along with the snacks. And we are available at Amazon, Blinkit, Flipkart, Swiggy, Instamart, and we are going to come to other platforms very soon. But you can directly, order from our website, or you can just read about it. If you have any queries, suggestions, concerns, you can definitely share it with us. So our website is www.prolicious.com, and this is our number. You can definitely contact us and, hear from us. Apart from this, ma'am definitely, I think, busted and clarified a lot of things which we need to be very cautious when we are treating somebody with obesity, or we are helping anybody who has obesity. But apart from that, if you guys have any questions, you can definitely ask us. Ma'am is here, and definitely ma'am will help us with your queries. So anybody, you guys can type it in the chat box, or you can just unmute yourself and ask the question directly. We are open to the questions.
Uh, Excuse me, ma'am, I have a question.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Ma'am, my name is Sonali Gupta.
Yeah. Hi, Sonali.
Ma'am, how can we convince the patients to increase protein in their diet if if they are taking less of protein in their diet, and a patient comes who is obese? How can we increase that protein content and make them accept that diet?
So first of all, try to find what is the reason they are not taking protein. So a lot of people face digestion issues, constipation, different challenges, acidity, or then affordability.
Oh, yeah, ma'am.
Proteins are
I
expensive.
think affordability is the major constraint.
Yeah. So if affordability is a constraint, you have to work in that ambit and find whatever they can eat in their budget.
Okay.
And if digestion is an issue, you have to find ways for pre-digested protein, like Shell just spoke about Uppit. So
Okay.
that, because they may not be able to handle dals at home. Yeah, they may not be able to handle the whole grains like chana, rajma. They might get a lot of gas or bloating or acidity with it. So you
Okay.
have to actually cater to their needs. First, find out why is it that they are not eating protein. It is just that they don't like it, or is it more to the story? And once you have explained them why they should eat protein, I think this question will get solved.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, I have a question. Pooja
Yeah,
here.
yeah, hi
Uh,
Pooja.
yeah, ma'am, of lately there are so many protein powders that every company is coming up with. And what would be the right way to select a protein for a particular person? Like, how do we go about if there
So
is
I
no?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I think most of the times nowadays patients only guide you rather than you guiding the patient. Because पहले ही वो लोग बोलते थे हम vegan है, हमको lactose नहीं चलता है, हमको ये
right,
नहीं चलता है. We are
right,
sensitive to animals, we are sensitive to this. So I think hear patient out. That's the most important thing.
right,
Talk to the patient what works for them. If they
right,
are vegan, then you need to find a vegan supplement. If they are open to whey, casein, then you need to find that.
right,
Look at their activity level. Look at the fact that if they're gymming, not gymming, if it is just for post gym, vegetarian, non-vegetarian, and affordability.
right,
Everything, and what they can take from their diet. If their diets are very poor, you will need different things. If they are happy to improve their diets, your protein selection will be completely different. So my suggestion to all of you is talk to your patients and hear when they say something. They will give you a very good guidance. They will help you to help them better.
right. But what happens is, ma'am, in most of the cases with when it is vegetarian, they generally source is dal and curd or paneer, which does not, and they are not lactose intolerant, and they are open for us to suggest to them of what
And
they
you can
should be
suggest
taking.
whatever you like. Then look at affordability and suggest.
So then in that
Then you
case,
can give whey, you can give uppit kind of a protein, like a plant-based. There are many plant-based protein. You can give any of them. You can give whey. You can give all kind of combinations.
okay, so there isn't any thumb rule of how to
There
go
is no
about.
thumb rule is tolerance. Whatever you give, your client should be able to tolerate it.
Okay, okay, got it.
Because protein is good if it is taken, right? वो घर पे डब्बा लाके कुछ फायदा नहीं है ना.
Right,
It
right,
has to go in your stomach.
right, right. Got it. Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, I have another question.
Yes, Sonali.
Yeah, ma'am, if a patient is osteoporotic and she is 70 years old and her digestion is poor and protein intake is low, so what kind of protein should we suggest?
Okay, so is she a vegetarian?
Yeah, she is completely vegetarian.
Yeah, then try to suggest her protein. See, at 70, typically your tolerance for proteins goes down
Okay.
because you have aged, your digestion is weaker. So give her protein like, like uppit, like a vegetarian form of protein, which can be part of her food rather than making a क्या कहते हैं उसको shake and giving her separately. Give proteins which can be added to food so it can go as a part of her dal sabzi and she doesn't feel like she's having something different.
So, if I could ask ma'am Prolicious, which supplement we can give from the Prolicious brand?
You can ask that to Shelja, please.
Yeah, ma'am, I am asking her only, Shalja, ma'am.
So hi Sonali. So as I've just introduced our Upit. So Upit is something which you can definitely give it to your patient since she's 70, and at that age, people don't want to try something new. They are very much done with trying everything, and they don't want to waste a lot of money in supplements and medicines. This is my observations with my clients. So this is something which can be easily sneak into your food. So the food, that's the same food can be eaten by their child also, by the kids also, anybody in the family. You can add it to the roti. Roti is the best form of source which you can add up it in. So I would suggest you should definitely try up it for your client. You can reach out to us and we will guide you better, or we will help you better with how you can incorporate that and give it to your patient for the better good.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you so much. So, ma'am, we have two questions in the chat section. If a patient on extreme diet for long time and then come back to normal diet, then want to lose weight, how to help them?
Very, very tricky. The reason is the patient was on fat diet, lost a ton of weight. Now the patient is on a yo-yo. So this patient losing weight, the way this patient lost weight on a fat diet is not going to happen. The first thing you have to tell this patient is the weight will go, but it will go very slowly. Second thing, you also have to remember that in the weight loss journey, there is a set point which is reached at about 6 to 8 weeks. So that time weight will stagnate and then it will be lost later. So you have to prepare your patient with all this before you start walking this patient through a weight loss journey again. I hope this answers your question.
Priya, you can definitely tell us if that was useful. And we have one more question from Pratibha. Is HMB protein good for health in daily life?
What is HMB standing for?
I think it's hydroxymethylene butyrate. Not sure though. Can you break that down, Pratibha, for us?
Yes, yes. It is the same as you said. This is
Hydroxymethyl butyrate for whom?
yeah.
For whom?
From normal patients or for we can use in a daily basis or we can give to a normal healthy person. For
But is there a specific reason why you would want to give it?
So, ma'am, actually, as I'm working with the onco patient, so
Ah,
they have.
yes. So hydroxymethyl butyrate, you could probably give it to onco patient, but for a regular person to take in such a specific kind of ingredient is not required.
Okay.
Yeah. Specific need, it's a onco client. If it shows impact in that onco client, please go ahead and give it for that client. But you
Okay.
cannot give it generically to say somebody trying to lose 4 kgs of weight or somebody trying to manage their blood.
Okay.
I think somebody's talking, no?
Yeah. No, it was, I think, her background because she's at the hospital.
Okay,
So
okay.
Pratibha is working, and thank you so much, Pratibha, for joining us, though you're working. I
So
hope that
nice of
was
you, Pradeepa, to
It's
join.
my pleasure.
okay. And one question we have from Pratima. So, can a person with peanut allergy take up it? I'm so sorry, Pratima. A person with peanut allergy cannot take up it because the core ingredient is defatted peanut flour. So that's a big no. But you can definitely connect with us if there is, some special requirement. Definitely, we can talk to you and get this thing done. So please reach out to us. Then there's one more question. So apart from body weight and BMI, what other markers or tools can clinicians use to assess obesity and related health risks?
Oh, waist to hip circumference, just waist circumference. You do your bioimpedance, say body composition, so many. And then, of course, even your lot of times your blood test. So your lipid profile, your HbA1cs, everything will tell you if there is more fat in the body than required.
Okay. Nikhil, I hope that answers your query. Any more questions? Do we have any more questions? Please, you can ask. Ma'am
Yeah,
is your.
yeah, this is Kishore. I have a question.
Yes.
So the childhood obesity is the very common problem in today's world.
Yes.
So, what parents should practice with the children's, and what strategies they can adopt to manage it?
Okay. So the first thing is I feel like children have very little control on what they are eating. They eat what parents give them because they are not earning money. So
Yeah,
first thing, and they are not cooking food. Both of things they are not doing. So I think awareness among parents before awareness among children is very important. So if parents are buying foods which the child eats and then gains weight, then they should stop. Second thing is parents should insist on children playing in the ground, not on computers. So
yeah,
they should tell them that thoda marks kam bhi mila to chalega, but रोज 2 घंटे खेलना है. And not worry about मेरा बच्चा गिर जाएगा और उसको लग जाएगा and kind of things. So I think these are basic things. I always feel that the child's health is in the kitchen of the house. Unfortunately, it is not in child's hand. It is
yeah,
in the hand of the parent, and if grandparents are living in that house, in the hands of the grandparents. So if the food cooked in home is catering to that child's need, because I feel कि बच्चों ने लड्डू खाना चाहिए इसीलिए लड्डू मत बनाओ. वो बच्चे का वजन बढ़ रहा है, that बच्चा does not need laddu. So even if my age-old thinking tells me that child should eat laddu, you should not be giving it to that child, right? And then giving such food to children and then expecting them to be of lower body weight is being unfair to child, I feel.
yeah. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thanks.
Thank you.
And ma'am, that's really funny because nowadays parents are more competitive than children. They want their kids to score better marks. कि
Yes. So
फलाने
वो
के
उससे
बेटे
कभी
से
कहा ना
ज्यादा marks चाहिए.
बच्चे रेस के घोड़े नहीं है.
Exactly, ma'am. I think that awareness which you mentioned now amongst parents is much more needed. So that is very true.
Yeah.
And any more questions do we have? You can definitely, unmute yourself. Ma'am, we have one more question. So from Dr. Meenakshi, what is your opinion about whey isolate, that is protein, 24 grams per scoop? Nowadays, all youngsters taking day in and day out.
So they don't need to take it day in and day out. If they are into serious gymming, yeah, and if their dietary protein isn't enough to meet their requirement, because these are the same kids who also eat 12 eggs a day. I have so many clients who come to me who eat 8-10 eggs a day and then they take a protein. So if they are doing both, it's absolutely not needed. See to it that they are not having more than a gram per kg body weight. And if there is a deficit, then they need to take all of these things. If there is no deficit, there is no need.
Okay. I hope, Dr. Meenakshi, we were able to solve your query. And there's one more question from Pratima. What should be done for picky eaters? I think this was in relation to the last question, which Kishorji also asked.
Yeah. So picky eaters, the only thing that you can do is keep exposing them to different foods. They may not eat it for some time, but if they start seeing it on their table every single day, you know, they will start eating. Second thing is, do not give option to your children. ये बड़ा होता है ना, भिंडी नहीं खाते तो आलू बना दूं क्या, आलू नहीं खाते तो भिंडी बना दूं क्या. Do not give option. What food is kept on table is the food for the family. I think people from my generation were all brought up on that kind of principle, and we just did fine. So I think that is something very important, that a family meal should be the same meal for everybody in the house. And that actually reduces picky eating. I mean, there will be since even then children who will not eat certain food, but they will not be picky for everything that you put on the table. Everybody, even we are picky about certain things. Most of us don't eat karela, lot of us don't eat bengan, but that doesn't mean we are starving, right? We may not eat it, मतलब एक कटोरी करेला नहीं खा सकते, एक चम्मच खा सकते. You know, we don't love it, but we don't, you know, whatever. So I think that is something which is very important.
Hello, I'm Dr. Neena Patwardhan. I'm a OBGYN and missed the initial part because we couldn't join Microsoft Teams. Okay, so I missed all of your talk. Now, what my question I'm asking, we have PCOS and obesity linked. And sometimes, hyperestrogenemia is also linked to the obesity. Lipid profile we do, and we also do the abdopelvis scan, and then we see fatty liver.
Yes.
Okay, so all this is a triad, and people for obesity, before surgery, Ozempic and Marginono is tried.
Yes.
So I want actually your inputs, like we advise gluten-free diet and millets and low carbohydrate diet to be eaten. I just want an overview because we missed your talk.
So, ma'am, overview on what?
On what for PCOS patient with a fatty liver, with liver enlargement, what
Correct.
should we tell them?
Yeah.
So can you advise?
Yeah. So for fatty liver, nowadays anti-inflammatory diets are very big in terms of, when diets given for fatty liver are. So try to reduce carbohydrate. I'm not saying go low carb. I am saying reduce the carbohydrate. So average clients who walk in our clinic have carbohydrate percentage in their diet anywhere between 60 and 80. And I'm talking this in metro cities, not even in tier 2 and tier 3 cities. I'm talking about this in metros because most of the time people are busy eating chapati, bhakri, rice, poha, suji, all of this. Reduce carbohydrate intake. Replace it with protein, which can be from diet. It can be your sprouts, it can be besan, moong dal, whatever, soy-based products. It can be low-fat, milk-based products, yogurt. Replace it. Moment you replace carbohydrate, you will see a drastic improvement in fatty liver. You can do a fibro scan as well and figure out there will be drastic improvement. Decrease saturated fat consumption, like things coming from ghee and all. Give fats, but give it in form of nuts and seeds. That's very important. Reduce intake of junk food, which we all know it's not a new thing. And reduce consumption of unnecessarily aerated drinks, also fruit juices. So one fruit a day, not liberal intake of fruits. Lots of vegetable, minimum amount of grains, lot of pulses, nuts and seeds is a great way to look at both PCOS and fatty liver, non-alcoholic fatty liver. All the metabolic parameters start coming down.
Thank you, madam, for that. Now, I want one more question from you, or like to answer from you. One is that seeds you mentioned. So, pumpkin seed, flax seeds, we have that halim and halim also, it is called.
Yes.
Or so these different seeds which we are supposed to tell the patient, is there different timings? Because chia seeds to be soaked in
Yeah.
the water, then flax seeds to consume, roast and consume.
Yeah.
So can you advise
So
about the
so
how
what
do-
I'll tell you what I do in my practice, and then you can
Huh,
decide whether it suits you. So
sure.
typically, chia seeds I give soaked in the morning because it also helps in clearing the stomach beautifully. So I
Okay.
try to tell them to soak chia seeds and give them in morning. Other
But
seeds
soak
I
in the night, no, madam. Soak
soak
them
in the
in the
night.
night.
Soak in the
And
night.
quantity, one
So
teaspoonful
I
in one glass.
start with half because lot of times people don't drink as much water and then they tend to get hard stools with it. So start with
Okay.
half teaspoon, balance their fluid intake, and once they are used to it, increase it. And then other seeds, halim also requires soaking and slight bit of boiling. Otherwise, it's slightly hard on stomach. So a lot of people will tell you they get minor tummy aches if they have not cooked the halim before. That is aliv. So
Right.
tell them to soak it in water and boil that water for about 5-7 minutes. Those that seeds get boiled, cool it, add lime to it and drink it.
Okay.
Other all seeds I give mildly toasted, not
Hmm.
even roasted. Just heat the tawa, close the gas, lightly toast it, put it in a burni and have 1 spoon a day.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. So other means sunflower, flaxseed.
Sunflower, pumpkin, all kinds of melons, flax, all of them. Sesame, til.
Huh. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Neena, for asking that question. Ma'am, we have one more question. So, what is your view on Munjaro injection by Pooja? Pooja is
I
asking.
think I'm not a doctor and I'm definitely not an endocrinologist. So I think I should restrict talking about it because it will not be a medical opinion, but it will be a personal opinion. So I think if you want to talk to me personally about it, give me a call and we can talk or discuss about it at length. But to speak on a forum when I am not a medical professional is not a right thing to do.
Absolutely, ma'am. So, Ms. Pooja, you can definitely reach out to us and we can definitely have
Yeah,
that
you can
discussion.
talk to me on a personal level. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Can I still ask you one more question, if permitted?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I have a South Indian family who are basically more of carbohydrate eaters, and all of them, they started putting on weight and some menstrual irregular in the family. So like mother who's 47 years, perimenopausal with menstrual irregularity. Her twin daughters between 13 and 14 years, also menstrual irregularity, fat was there. So fatty liver. So what she did, she buy all these millets which are available in the market, and foxtail millets and nachni, jawar, bajra, kondo or kago, and she soaks two tablespoon each of these millets in the water overnight, soaked in the water. Morning she puts it in the cooker. I think in the two city of cooker she takes it out, and then she just roasts and adds all the vegetable. It is a correct thing because they all lost weight and all their fatty liver is gone.
Good
This
for them.
kind of thing.
Whatever works for them. If it worked, it's great.
Okay.
I think
So,
they replaced very high carbs with moderate carbs, and that is what has worked.
acha, okay. So all of them.
If they start adding dals to this mixture, it will work even more.
So dal they are eating as a tur
Like
dal,
a sambar.
something like soup kind of thing they make. So that is thing, and with this kind of thing is going on, and they add all kind of vegetables, capsicum, or the tomato or the onions, into all these soaked millets.
Good, great.
Okay.
Uh, Thank you so much, Dr. Neena. So, we have, ma'am, two more questions. First is view on gluten-free diets.
For
I think
whom? If you are gluten sensitive, gluten-free diets are very important. But if you are not, they have no role.
so. Maybe I think, ma'am, she's dietitian Aisha. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Are you asking this question with regards to obesity? As for weight management, a lot of people go gluten-free. So is that your question?
Okay, let me answer it since she is not speaking. So if it's for obesity, I do not think it has any role. But if you want to go gluten-free, remember when you go gluten-free in India, you are actually reducing calories because you are not giving wheat. So the person is eating much lesser. So if that is the reason why you want to go gluten-free, just to put the patient off excessive carbohydrate calories, then just say that you want them to eat lesser rotis. But gluten causing a person not to lose weight is not something that I have seen. But if they are gluten sensitive, please put them on gluten-free diets. Please put them, because it's a very serious condition and it requires serious interventions.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. So we have one more question, and if anybody wants to ask even like more questions, please raise your hand so that we can unmute you, and then you can ask your question or directly type it in the chat box. So, ma'am, with so many diet trends like keto, intermittent fasting, high protein, how to decide which approach is safe and sustainable to lose weight?
Balanced diet, because it never goes out of fashion, right? Just day before yesterday, I think Dr. Anup Mishra's article reflected in Times of India, where it said that intermittent fasting is really not helping everybody. So two things. One is balanced diet is always the right thing to do. Second thing is individualization. No dietary regime is meant for all people. So if one person can do intermittent fasting, doesn't mean the second person that comes to you can do. So maybe I can fast for 16 hours, but maybe Shelja can't. Maybe she needs to eat after 13 hours. So different people, different approach, try to find what works for your client, and balanced diet is never going anywhere. So balanced diet is very, very important.
Okay, thank you so much for answering that question, ma'am. I think ये जो question है ये बहुत सारी dietitians इस क्या बोलते हैं कठिन परीक्षा से जाती है when their clients wants to guide you कि आप प्लीज मुझे intermittent fasting पे डालो या आप मुझे high protein दे दो.
तो डाल के देखो, but again be very moderate. If your client is insisting कि मुझे IF करना है, सीधे 16 घंटे पे मत डाल. Start from 13 hours, see if your client is handling it well, and then gradually increase and find the threshold for your client. Because I may want a lot of things, I may not be able to do them.
Correct.
And I will know that in 15 days if I can't do them. If I can't do them, then try a different strategy.
Yes, absolutely, ma'am. Okay. Do we have any more questions? Please do ask. We are. Now you can raise your hand so that we can. Yes, Dr. Mistry. Just a second.
I can't hear. Can you hear?
No, ma'am, not yet. Just a second. Dr. Mistry, are you able to unmute yourself? Please let us know. We are not able to look at you. I'm not sure if you're able to unmute yourself. You can type it in the chat box, your query, so that you can ask your question. Please let us know if you can do that. Any more questions?
Yeah, Pooja?
Yes, Pooja.
I had one thing is I've also tried it many a times personally, but I wanted your view on it. That generally we have seen any patient who loses weight on an average between say 6 to 8 kgs. Beyond that, they do go on a plateau. And then to push them back, it takes almost a month or two for them to start again losing weight.
Correct. This is called the plateau.
Yeah. So now my question is, are there any tricks or hacks which we could do for a person who has longer kgs, like say 30 kgs or something to go? Are there any further hacks we can apply?
No. There is no hack, and respect the plateau.
Okay. So
Because if you don't, then the weight loss journey is going to be very difficult. Plateaus are physiological.
right.
Physiologically, your body is stopping the weight from going at that point. Don't fight it. Let
Right.
body stabilize. Give yourself. See, I always tell Pooja, I always tell my patients one thing. एक दिन में तुमने 30 किलो गेन नहीं किया था तो एक दिन में नहीं करोगे.
Right.
अगर जो 30 किलो 30 साल में बढ़ा है तो उसको 30 दिन में कम कैसे करोगे?
Right. True.
है ना? तो टाइम दो. It's all about patience.
Patience. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Dr. Mistry, are you able to unmute yourself now?
Shelja, I have another meeting at 5. So
Yes, ma'am.
if Dr. Mistry can put his question on in the chat box, that would be good, because I don't know, we can't hear him, right?
Yes, we can't. So, Dr. Mistry, we definitely, you can reach out to us directly. If not, you're not able to type it in the chat box also, we'll definitely answer your query. I think we are, we
I don't
had a
know.
very,
Sir, if you can send your question to us, and I will definitely answer it. Yeah.
ma'am, I think itna healthy, yes, Prashant, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Prashant ji. Shilpa ma'am, aapko thank you, Prashant ji, for the session.
Thanks, Prashant.
And I think it was so fruitful and so thoughtful. So, ma'am, मैं just सोच रही थी अभी while in the session कि obesity इतना common है कि हम सब dietitians उससे deal कर रहे हैं, but there's so much to talk about it. You know?
Yes. So we should meet more often.
Very often, ma'am. And thank you so much for this lovely session, because it was, I think, much needed. And, thanks to the government also for raising it as a concern, and Nutrition Month ka theme banane ke liye, so that we all get good time to think about it. So thank you so much, everyone, each and everyone, to join us today. And we are glad that you guys are here, and definitely next month भी हम second Friday को मिलेंगे. We will send you all the details with another interesting topic. So we'll just hit the nail again, and we'll see what is interesting to talk about. And if you have any suggestion, any feedback, feel free to reach out to us. Thank you so much, ma'am. Yes, Prashant ji, definitely Monjaro is #1 brand for August sales. That is definitely, we all know. But diet remains constant, so we need that as well. Thank you so much for bringing that up.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. See you soon.